I've got the Revox tape delay running through my spring reverb, and all of that's happening all at the same time, and I've got to sing while that's all being recorded live, proper old school way. Hey guys, how's it going? Andy Pickering here. On today's video, it's going to be going back to 2 weeks ago, where I started recording a brand new song that was written on that day, and it was the idea that I was going to go one better than going. Usually you would, you record a song, you get the idea, you record it on your phone, but I decided, you know what? I'm going to film my progress right from where the lyrics, I'd not really got the lyrics, I was just finding the arrangement, had really not much idea of what I wanted to do, but I just threw myself into going, on the 4-track and going for the best possible quality recording I can make with all the usual. If you see my videos, you'll see that I like to use my analog outboard, my mixing desk, my reel-to-reel, all on tape. And yeah, so without further ado, let's go back in time and you'll see where I started, and I filmed the entire process right to the end. And at the end of the video, you're going to get the finished mixed audio and you'll be able to hear the song. So let's go. Okay, so first things first, the song. Started it on the guitar. It's been so long saving up to get what is mine. I've spelled letters telling people what might be mine. And any time that I might just forget will be, fuck's sake, can't even play it. And any time that I might just forget, I'll be there with the morning line. And every time I just won't do the day, I'll be there for my calling, be there in the morning, or I'll just lay down and die. Okay, rough as hell at the moment, but that's why I'm doing this, because I'm going to record it, and I'm going to get, as I'm recording the words, it'll all start to make more sense, and I'll make edits, and I'll correct, and I'll work on it, and I'll work on it. And as I'm tracking the guitar part without having to sing at the same time, I'm also going to, hone that as I'm going. So as you can see, it's rough. Okay, before I sit down with my guitar and do a track, or some tracking, show you how this is done. Golden Age Project tube microphone. It's a tube active microphone, doesn't need phantom, and that's the box for it there. We're going into channel 1 here. You can probably see those dancing around a little bit, so we've got signal there. But I've actually got a direct out of the channel there, already wired into my patch bay. So we're coming down to the patch bay. I'm going to find the direct out, which is there. I'm going to go out of that into my compressor, out of my compressor into my EQ. I've got an insert cable, and I'm going to use the return end, the red end, out of the EQ onto its final journey, and that then the other end, the single double-sided end there, is going to be into the inserts. And as you can see, 1, 2, 3, 4, you can see it dancing around there. So we've got signal on the track, and the reason I'm using the insert thing is because I'm bypassing the preamps of that. So we're using these preamps, this processing straight onto the tape, and I'm not using these preamps. There's nothing wrong with these preamps, but if you're using another desk, you don't want another preamp stage, really. It's going to degrade it in some way. So that is the full thing. Now I'm just going to sit here off camera, play with the sounds, get happy with it, get rehearsing, and hopefully I'll film a bit of the take before we listen to it back. You'll hear various attempts. But that's just me trying to get the right sounds. Adjusting things, recording things, adjusting things, recording things. And I've got it as good as I'm going to get it now, so let's go for some takes. But first things first, I'm going to do a click track onto one of the tracks because I want this demo to be good. I don't want it to be sloppy, and I don't know this song well enough at the moment to do a perfectly tight guitar take where then when I'm overdubbing stuff it's going to just sound a little bit sloppy, and I want it to be quite tight. So I don't often record with a click, but today it's going down. I think that's sensible. Okay, we're ready to record. So guitar tuned, gain staging, effects ready, microphone placed, ready. Click track. Ready. Most important thing before you do anything in the studio. Make a cup of tea. Okay, I got the take. Very happy with the acoustic sound. You'll hear it properly at the end of this video, not through a shitty phone microphone. And I've decided the next thing I'm going to do is a bass. I've got some nice bass guitar samples on the Nord. It's not MIDI or anything like that, it's just going out into my compressor. I like to just compress things just a little bit on their way in, just to control them, and then nothing else. And there's the bass. So yeah, that's going to be nice. That's going to just, like I say, give the acoustic track a nice bit of low end. Next on the agenda, I've decided to go for a celesta. I've plugged it straight into the spring reverb, and it's got that lovely, lovely, lovely vintage echo on it. Okay, so the next creature feature is the bounce. When we're performing a bounce, there's nothing we can do with this desk. But when you're doing internal bouncing, you have to use the mixing desk. So what we're doing is I just want a little bit of reverb on the acoustic guitar. Just a tiny bit. Nothing else needs it. The other two things are fine. And we're down here. And this is my favourite 3-step program for a reverb effects loop that I've talked about before. We suck the low end out with this and boost that 10k boost there, and then we're going into the reverb for the effect, and then we're compressing the effect down here, and that's all taken care of here and going back up into there, and it comes on this fader here. And basically I want just the tiniest bit. I want the original integrity of the guitar with the tiniest bit of reverb. Okay, so I'm just recorded the bounce now, but I'm backing up all 4 tracks because it's a vital moment when you start recording over things. You can't just not back it up. It would be a travesty if, you know, the tape broke or the machine goes down. At least this way I know I've got to a point with the arrangement where if I have to work with the files digitally, I can continue and not lose anything, you know. So yeah, and yeah, this is the bounce. I'm very happy with it. Got a really good blend, and now I'm going to get on for some more overdubs. Here we are. I've got the front off the piano, and I've got the tube ribbon microphone, and basically I'm going to do some nice low kind of stuff along to it. Give it just a bit of depth and atmosphere. I wasn't planning on doing loads of overdubs. So yeah, we're going through the preamp on here, and we're just going straight into the insert as usual via the output there. Basically just keeping it completely straight like that, and then cutting out for the chorusy bit just here, and then only coming in just once at the end, and that's it. And you know, I do similar variations of that. So basically, so far we've got on track 3, we've got the bounce, which is everything, which is the original guitar, the celesta and the bass. And then on track 1 we've just got a subtle piano. And then on 2 and 4 I'm going to do vocals. I'm going to do one lead vocal straight down the middle, and then a double track vocal, which I'll pan over to that way when I'm mixing. Let's get set up for a vocal, because we've got something pretty damn special in place for that. Okay, so we are starting here, and we are with the Joe Meek JM47 microphone. It's quite hard to light it and see it in here because it's a black microphone. And that's a U47 clone. Perfectly good for this. So there we go. We've got the vocal sat seated. Is that a fruit? Okay, so yeah, we're going into channel 1 via this little box here is phantom power. So this desk doesn't actually have phantom power, so got a couple of channels of phantom there, as this is a condenser mic. Then we are out the desk, just here, out of the channel 1, and we're going through compression and EQ. And this Pultec style EQ is specifically doing the job of de-essing the vocal. And that's just going direct onto 2. So we've got microphone, preamp of my mixer, compression and de-essing EQ. And we're going straight onto 2 using the insert cable technique. But that is not all. That is not even the exciting part. So what I'm also doing is sending another signal out of here, splitting the signal. So one is going directly through that channel, the other is going this way, and we're going for some reel-to-reel tape delay, which will be recording in real time as I'm singing. And that'll be coming through on the additional track and blending in onto the channel 2. And also that is going via a little bit of reverb, so I've got the Revox tape delay running through my spring reverb, and all of that's happening all at the same time, and I've got to sing while that's all being recorded live, proper old school way. Hey, let's test this vocal sound with this Revox A77. And hopefully this is recording and it's going to sound groovy. It's been so long, saying I will get what is mine. I've spelled letters, telling people I might be right. Okay, so double track vocal is down and we are on 2 and 4 now, and that's filled up the 4 tracks. I've not done a second bounce because I'm just trying to keep this track really minimal. It's been so long, saving up to get what is mine. I've spelled letters, telling people I might be right. So just before we go for a mix down, I decided that in the gaps where there's no singing in the middle of the song, I'm going to add a tiny little solo on this Philly recorder organ. So let's give that a go. So there we have it. I think that's pretty much everything down. I'm going to get into mix mode now, get everything coming through the desk and lining up to record onto the reel-to-reel for a finished mix. Let's talk through what we've got. So on track 1 is just the piano, and I've just decided to patch in a little bit of compression on there. Just brings it up a little bit. On the vocal, the main vocal, I've actually got this Joe Meek box for an additional bit of compression on it. Just needed a little bit more control in places. The main track 3, has got absolutely nothing on it. That's the original acoustic bounce, bass and celesta. And 4 is the double track vocal. And then I've got a direct out of 4, and that is going out of the patch bay into the spring reverb. And I've got an additional just reverb of the double track vocal, which already has a bit of reverb on it, but I've got it coming through just completely wet. On the main part of the choruses, I just want to be somewhere high, and then boosting on the word high, a trail of reverb there, and then bringing it back down. And that's a really nice way of, you know, being creative in the studio and still adding to the track even at this mixing stage. We are ready to go for a mix now. This is all set up and ready to go. So let's do this. It's been so long, saving up to get what is mine. I've spelled letters, telling people I might be right. Here's to all the times I broke a sweat, wake up in the morning, I just want to be somewhere high. I reckon that's a take, mate. So there we go. We're mixed down and we've got something close to a master. I'm really happy with how it sounded. That tape delay sounds so nice. It just shows you, you go from an idea one day and you just, do the work, throw yourself into it. The lyrics, they did take a bit of time. One day lyrics are kind of, you're lucky if you get 50% of the way there, and they take as long as they take. Never rush like doing a shitty lyric because you need to get it down. Anyway, so if you like all my music that you're hearing in these videos, links below. You can support me on Bandcamp, where all my releases are on there, but you can stream my music everywhere, even here on YouTube Music, and there's loads of videos and content like this on my channel. So please subscribe, thumbs it up, and I'll see you next time. Cheers, bye bye.